Hi guys, welcome back to our mental health matters. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you 5 signs to tell you if someone is hiding their depression. Listen, depression is a mental health problem, and most people, when they have depression, they try to hide it. They try to pretend like everything is okay because maybe they don't want to be a burden to their family members or to their friends or people around them. So they try to hide it and they keep pushing themselves until maybe one day they break down completely and it becomes really difficult to treat it, or it becomes very difficult for them to cope at all. So the number one sign that someone is hiding their depression is social isolation, especially if it's someone that is very good at going out, they love going out, they love socializing, all of a sudden they stop. They make every excuses not to go out with their friends or with their family, not to be in social situations. That could be a sign that they are suffering with depression. So just look out for that and try to have a conversation with them. So if your friend keeps counseling and counseling for no good reason, or a family member keeps counseling and they try to remove themselves from social situation, that is a sign to look out for. Number 2 is sleep problems. Listen, depression actually makes it difficult for you to sleep very well and to have a restful sleep. So most people with depression have sleep issues where they are not sleeping very well or their sleep is erratic. So that's something to look out for. And one of the ways, if you're not living in the same house with the person, to find out is, are they spending too much time on social media? You'll see them when they log in online, in most situations on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on Facebook. I think you will know when somebody is online. I'm not sure about the other social media apps. So these are places that will tell you if these people are spending too much time at night on social media or not sleeping, because a lot of the time at night time you'll find that 2 a.m 3 a.m they're still online, and that's how you would know. And maybe have a conversation to see if you can get anything out of them if they're suffering from depression or from mood problems. Number 3 is appetite issues. So in most cases with depression, it kind of changes your appetite. You're either eating too much or you're eating too less. So if someone is suffering from depression, they might not eat very well. They might they might eat little, they might eat less, they might overeat, because when they overeat is a thing of a comfort. They use it to comfort themselves. They use it to make themselves feel good. So you find them eating quite a lot, or binge eating, that's what they call it. And the way you will find out if someone is having appetite issues is through their weight. Have they lost weight drastically, or have they increased in weight drastically? That's maybe somewhere that you can start having that conversation. But be careful how you have the conversation around weight, because a lot of women don't like to talk about their weight. So just know how to have that conversation. Number 4 sign to look out for is feelings of hopelessness and helplessness. In most situations, most people with depression will have the symptoms of hopelessness and helplessness. One of the ways to know if someone is hopeless and helpless is through your conversation with them. Pay close attention to the conversation you have with friends, because in most cases they try to have very minimal conversation, surface level conversation. But sometimes even with that surface level conversation, you can pick out a few things that will tell you something is not quite right here. So for example, I had a conversation with a guy, and this guy was telling me, when during the Queen Elizabeth's funeral, we talked about it, and we were like, the guy was like, oh, she died at 96, that's really good. Me, I don't want to live up to 70. And from the conversation, he was saying things like, oh, I don't even mind dying right now. I've got nothing to live for. My parents are dead. They are the reason why I'm leaving. Now they are dead. I said, but how can you say that? You've got kids, you've got 2 girls and the wife as well. Why would you be saying that? And he's like, oh, they don't care, they're living their own life. I'm gonna talk about this story right here. I'm gonna do another video for it. But the way he was talking very hopelessly and very helplessly. I said to him, God is going to punish you and leave you and make you live up to 100 years. And I said something, unless you're planning to take your own life, to commit suicide. And then he smiled, but the smile said a lot. The smile said so much, honestly. The laugh that he laughed said a lot. So it's something that you need to really, really look out for when you're having conversation with friends, with family members, and they talk in a way that they don't see the future, they don't talk about the future, they don't see the need for living. It's something that could really highlight to you that there's something much more going on. But with this guy that I had the conversation with, there's so much more going on, and he needs help. He needs therapy. He needs to get help immediately. So number 5 sign to look out for is memory problem. Oh my gosh, I cannot stress it enough how depression affects your memory. It affects your memory so much you start being forgetful. You forget little things. You forget even when you're driving on the road, you tend to forget where you're supposed to exit, because one thing that depression does, it makes concentration very difficult. It makes it difficult to focus and to concentrate, and you find that you're struggling at work, you're struggling in uni, or you're struggling to even hold a conversation. So one of the ways that you can find out if someone is having a memory issue is when you're having a conversation, you find that their train of thoughts is they lose their train of thought at some point in the conversation. They are talking to you and they don't remember why they started saying what they're saying, and they get lost in the middle of the conversation. That's another way to find out if someone is having memory issues, and maybe have a conversation and just find out if there are other symptoms in with the memory issue. Then maybe encourage them to ask for help, to get help, or speak to their GP, or speak to a mental health specialist, so that they can get the help that they need. Listen, people do not fake depression. They do not fake being depressed, they fake being okay. And that is very draining. That is the worst faking that anybody can fake, because depression is already draining. Depression is already exhausting. So for you to start faking depression, that's a no-no. People fake being okay. They fake the laugh, the smile, and all that. It's not deep. It's faked. They fake to be happy. They fake to be excited and things like that. So if you have a friend, if you have a family member who might be struggling, please help them to get the help that they need. Depression at its worst can lead to death by suicide. So it's very important that if you're going through depression, if you're watching me right now, if you're that beautiful lady or that man, that handsome man that is watching me right now, you are deserving. You deserve life. You deserve happiness. You deserve joy. Please get help. Depression is treatable. It is very treatable, and people can live fulfilled life even with a diagnosis of clinical depression. So I urge you today to take that bold step, to ask for help, to get the help that you need. So until my next video, keep living life, keep enjoying life, and keep loving yourselves. Also, keep asking for help, okay? Until someone pulls you from darkness into light. I love you all. Take care of yourself. Be intentional about your mental health. Do something every single day that benefits your mental health in a positive light. So I'll see you guys really, really soon. Mwah.